morning. Thanks for having me.
Sure.
Thanks for coming back on.
Yeah, you started with worms, and now you're just huge. You're like into diapers and everything else now.
Well, first, for people who don't know, Tom, tell them what TerraCycle, how you got started with that.
Sure. Well, so TerraCycle today is a global company. We're in 21 countries, and we make things out of garbage that you couldn't traditionally recycle. Now, all that started back 12 years ago by basically taking organic waste, feeding it to worms, taking the worm poop and packaging it in used soda bottles, and that became our first product. And today, it's just grown to be significantly bigger and taking all sorts of waste from used cigarette butts to chip bags and everything in between.
So now, Tom, tell us about the show, Human Resources. What's that all about?
Absolutely. So Human Resources is now in its second season, which is airing as we speak every Friday night at 10 p.m. on a channel called Pivot. And each season is 10 episodes, and it follows the life inside TerraCycle, what it's like to work here, and all the comedic sort of antics that happen just naturally. And then it also shows each episode how we look at one unique type of waste and what solution we bring. So in this season, you'll see everything from how we recycle used fem hygiene products all the way to building playgrounds out of toothpaste tubes and toothbrushes.
What?
Yeah, absolutely. So TerraCycle around the world has built playgrounds out of different types of waste. We've done playgrounds out of juice pouches, playgrounds out of used flip-flops, and these are like high-quality, playgrounds where, when you look at waste, there's three things you can do. You can either reuse the waste, which is like refurbishing. We do that a lot with clothing and mobile phones and so on, and you'll see that on Human Resources. The second is we can do upcycling, which is more like sewing juice pouches into backpacks and so on, and there's a lot of that in the show. But the third side is recycling, where you look at the science of the waste. And in the case of the playground made from toothbrushes and toothpaste tubes, there we worked with Colgate, and our scientists figured out the technology to how to recycle a toothbrush and a toothpaste tube and make it into an amazing playground. And you see the entire process unfold in one of the episodes of Human Resources this season.
Tom, in a landfill, what is the biggest item? In the old days it was phone books, but no one has phone books anymore.
Yeah.
What is that garbage thing that's the most?
Well, so the biggest item for consumer waste, because there's a big distinction between industrial waste and consumer waste, and industrial waste still makes up a phenomenal amount of our landfills. But for something consumers can get their heads around, the biggest thing for consumer waste is dirty diapers. They make up 2.5% of our of our landfills by volume, and half of those are children diapers, and the other half are elderly care diapers. But it's a phenomenal large volume. And I think, look, here's the biggest thing to take away. Recycling is cool and amazing, and companies like TerraCycle are awesome and do tune into Human Resources, but none of this is the true answer. The true answer to solving our garbage problem, but also basically all other environmental problems, is looking at what we consume. Today, people simply consume way, way, way too much, and that puts phenomenal strain on all of our systems, whether it's climate change, whether it's landfill, whether it's water quality. It's all these things are tied into the fact that we just buy way too much stuff. And the stuff we buy doesn't really last that long. 99% of all the stuff we buy is garbage within 1 year. 99%. So that's where we as people have to really think, because if we can solve that, then almost all environmental issues go away.
You're fantastic.
Very interesting, Tom. And so Human Resources airs on Fridays at 10 p.m. on Pivot. Look for it on your various cable channels. All right. Well, thanks, Tom. Great talking to you.